Capital News tonight, Chadema Chairman Freeman Mbowe and Tarime Urban MP Matiko will continue to remain in detention. And in international news, Uganda to work with WHO to stop Ebola virus. And in sports, President of Zanzibar launches new sports grounds. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. The chairman of Chadema, Freeman Mbowe, and MP for Tarime Urban, Esther Matiko, will continue to remain in detention until January 17th this year, so as to await the verdict on their appeal, which they had launched at the High Court after the Kisutu Resident Magistrate Court had cancelled their bail on November 26th last year. The state prosecutor, Paul Kadushi, has told the Kisutu Resident Magistrate Court that this case has been brought to the court in order to be mentioned. Prosecutor Kadushi told the Kisutu court that the case is being mentioned while both parties to the case are waiting for a verdict from the appeals court following a counter-appeal which was filed by the prosecution after the defense team had launched an appeal at the High Court in order to appeal against the cancellation of their bail. Speaking while the resident chief magistrate Wilbert Mashauri was presiding, a lawyer for the defense, Professor Abdallah Safari, questioned whether the appeal, which was filed at the Court of Appeals, was filed under a certificate of emergency. In addition, Professor Safari asked why the appeal was not filed under a certificate of emergency, that is, if that was indeed the case. Now, in his response, the state prosecutor, Paul Kadushi, explained to the court that the questions which his counterpart, Professor Safari, has raised has no legitimacy, legally speaking, at the court, except perhaps if those same questions were raised at the High Court or the Court of Appeals. As a result of that development, Resident Chief Magistrate Wilbert Mashauri has adjourned the case up until January 17, 2019, and he also explained to the defense team that any questions related to the appeal should be raised in the High Court. Other suspects in the same case who are out on bail are the MP for Iringa Urban, Peter Msigwa, the MP for Kibamba, John Mnyika, the Secretary of Chadema, Dr. Vincent Mashinji, the MP for Bunda, Esther Bulaya, and the Secretary of Chadema on the Isles, Salum Mwalimu. All of the suspects in the case have been charged with 13 criminal offences, which include illegal assembly, fostering hatred, unease and anxiety in the society, incitement, and encouraging crimes to take place, which they committed between February 1st and 16th last year in areas of Dar es Salaam. Now, the Prime Minister of the United Republic of Tanzania, Kassim Majaliwa, has launched a strategic market OTC Lilambo so as to sell various farmers' harvests in Songea district, Ruvuma region, where, among other things, some farmers have asked the government to look into the possibility of reducing the price of inputs, which they claim are currently very high.
I know that we had difficulty getting market for maize in the last season, but the government has found a solution by talking to foreign institutions and especially the United Nations that deal with food. Now the price will begin to rise. Before the price was 210 to 250. Today the price is at 400. We're putting in effort. In addition, we have signed contracts with various institutions that buy maize, and we instructed them to Ruvuma, Iringa, Njombe, Mbeya, Songwe, Rukwa and Katavi.
Ruvuma, Iringa, Njombe, Mbeya, Songwe, Rukwa na Katavi.
Honorable Prime Minister, throughout the country we have built 29 new warehouses. When you add up those that had been renovated, the number goes to 31 warehouses.
Tunachoomba serikali itushushie bei pembejeo.
What I ask the government is to lower the price on farm implements It is too expensive. One sack sells for 58, while a sack of maize sells for 18 to 30,000.
Sasini tu mengine shilingi 18,000.
Haya, imekatika vigelegele na makofi.
The police force in Songwe region, working with a special task force for natural resources and tourism from the headquarters in Dar es Salaam, have captured and arrested a Zambian national for being in possession of government property which is illegal. The Zambian, who was found with 17.5 kilograms of elephant tusks worth 68.7 million shillings, entered a trap as he was trying to find a buyer in Tunduma Town Council.
Katika mji wa Tunduma ilifanyika operesheni ikijumuisha jeshi la polisi pamoja na watu wa task force.
In Tunduma, an operation was carried out involving the police force and natural resource task force from the headquarters in Dar es Salaam, whereby we managed to arrest a Zambian national with 17.5 kilograms of ivory. One major challenge in Tunduru is it is easier for someone to commit a crime either in Tanzania or Zambia and cross the border and go into hiding.
Taarifa ambazo tumepewa na wananchi.
It is important to have a good cooperation with the local community because criminal activities are planned and perpetrated in our communities. So if there is a good relationship with local residents, then the police can receive information on anything criminal going on.
Pedestrians and vehicle users on the Siwa Road in Mikocheni, Dar es Salaam are experiencing mud and difficulty in using the road, especially during the rain periods due to the packed soil on the road that seems to have been abandoned for a long time. Efforts made to locate the contractor and builders failed as they could not be found. But the road has also been seen not to have any signs or indicators showing that there is a construction process ongoing.
This road is a pain. What is sad about it is that they had to wait for the rain season to begin before they could carry on with their repair. I asked them why, but they said that they prefer to work at a slow pace because they don't want to finish early and be out of work.
Disappointment kubwa sana kwa sisi ambao tunatumia hii barabara. Walianza kujenga kwanza mitalo. Lakini sasa tukajua kwamba kisha maliza kujenga mitalo.
They started by digging up the drains. Now this was completed. We assumed that they would lay the tarmac. The road has become very narrow.
Hii barabara haipitiki kwa sababu kwanza imekuwa nyembamba kwa sasa hivi. Barabara imekuwa nyembamba. Na ni kero kubwa mno. Hatupishani, hatuwezi kwenda popote.
This is a big disappointment. Yesterday there was a lot of mud and we couldn't pass each other.
Residents of Kivinja, a Mambao ward in Kibiti in Coast Region have complained of availability of clean and safe water in their village for a long period of time, a situation that is forcing them to walk a long distances to find water in natural wells. They said this immediately after Minister of State in the President's Office for Regional Administration and Local Government, Suleiman Jaffo, inspected the construction of a health center in their village built by 400 million in government funds, where despite thanking the government for the construction, they said water and road infrastructure is still a problem for them.
We had transport and water problems, but thankfully we were provided with this health center.
Tunapata tatizo la maji. Kitu cha kwanza maji yanakuwa ni muhimu sana kwa binadamu.
Water is a problem. As you know, it is very important. So we ask the government to help us in this. Secondly, the state of the road is poor. During the rain season, it becomes impassable. This district is fortunate because it is new. There are older ones, yet they don't have a hospital. But you are new and have been lucky to have a district hospital built here. I have faith that with this speed, construction of the district hospital will be smoothly. In the past, the money set aside for the construction was not being sufficient. You would have been given a small building while the rest of the money was embezzled. But you were allowed to manage the funds given, and now look at how you've progressed so well.
Some boda drivers in Bukoba Municipal Kagera region have requested the government to put a stop to the tendency of road traffic policemen to forcefully arrest them in their parking areas while they are not in uniform and are instead clad in plain clothes. These boda drivers made this request. The Minister for Home Affairs, Kangi Lugola, who spoke with the residents of Bukoba municipality at the airport, which is located in the municipality. While at the airport, Minister Lugola banned this practice of traffic police officers dressing in plain clothes, and the minister also directed all officers of the Road Traffic Police Department to conduct searches in order to capture the motorbikes which will be driven by criminals clad in the uniform of the Road Traffic Police Department.
They cause us a lot of problems. They come wearing civilian clothes. They have dealings with the very criminals who steal from us. You find a boda breaks the law, and the officer decides to chase after the boda. What sort of an arrest is this? Boda has registration number, just like ordinary vehicles. The officer has a right to stop the motorcycle, and if the rider doesn't obey, he should be fined. And if he runs away, you can track him down. There is no need to act as you do now. My advice to boda operators is to obey the law, then no one will have any reason to bother you.
The second Vice President, Ambassador Saif Ali Idi, has launched Wawi Mgogo Road as part of continuations of celebrations of 55 years of Zanzibar's revolution, which cost over 1.9 billion shillings so as to alleviate transport woes for villagers along the road. Ambassador Saif Ali Idi said this during a ceremony to officially launch a 3-kilometer road built at tarmac level and urged users of the road to follow transport regulations and be careful of pedestrians and users of small vehicles.
Na hii ndio kazi inayofanywa na serikali ya mapinduzi ya Zanzibar inaongozwa na Dr. Ali Mohamed Sheikh.
A community of parents in Kilimanjaro region has started to implement a project to engage in beekeeping and fish farming, which together will cost more than 65 million shillings in all districts of Kilimanjaro region. The project will require this sum of money because it also aims at galvanize residents to become self-employed by using the economic opportunities which surround them in rural areas. The chairman of the community of parents in Kilimanjaro region, Mr. Daudi Mbrindoko, made those remarks while setting up 30 beekeeping hives in the Kahe West ward of Moshi district in Kilimanjaro region.
Sisi kama mkoa kupitia kamati yangu ya nyuki na samaki.
As a region, through our bee and fish projects, we have planned to develop 8 hectares for the bee project and 1 hectare can house 49 beehives. So the 8 hectares we should shall be looking for stakeholders to support us. the B project as a development project for women and the youth. I commend the regional chair for bringing this project to us. We shall keep praying for them so that they can bring us some other development projects.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows next after the break. And in international news tonight, following the spread of Ebola virus in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the World Health Organization, along with the government of Uganda, have stated that they will continue with preparations to contain the disease if it is spread to Uganda. The virus was first reported in Beni and Kivu, north of Congo, and caused widespread fear of it spreading to Uganda.
We have enough vaccines, but at the same time, we have already requested the supply the vaccines to produce more. We have made the request almost a month ago and received a very positive response from the manufacturer. We're going to screen for all people entering Uganda. Nevertheless, the problem still remains there. The key point is that in this problem, we must collaborate and defeat the disease.
We must collaborate and defeat.
The police division in Kenya has said that investigations into the University of Leeds in the UK student David Minor, who was shot and killed by police 2 weeks ago in Kibera, is ongoing. Kenya's Inspector General of Police, Joseph Boynet, questioning whether they will be charged if the investigation reveals that police used their weapons wrongfully.
We request a report to move in.
We request a report to move in and investigate the killing, and if a report will be released that the police were involved in the incident, then measures shall be taken against the involved police officer. This move will also apply to such incidents and take officers to court.
And that is the end of international news. Business news follows shortly after the break. We'll be right back.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news tonight, TPB PLC Bank has directed members of unofficial groups formed for individuals helping those in social media to use the bank's group account service as a means to improve their economic situations through affordable loans, which they will be able to get from the bank when they open the account.
Visivyo maalum, vikundi vya WhatsApp, vikundi vya wakina mama vile vya tupenda.
For unregistered groups in social media, jogging clubs, women's social groups, community groups, we are urging them not to keep the money at home, but rather come and open accounts at our bank. The procedure for opening an account is quite easy. All we need is brief information about the group leaders of the group who are going to be the signatories, where is the group from, as well as the objectives of the group. It's that easy to open an account with us, and the money will be safe. Not only that, even withdrawing money is also an easy procedure.
wakiwa na hela nyingi wanaweza kuziinvest kwenye akaunti za muda maalum na kupata riba.
The Deputy Minister of Minerals, Dr. Biteko, has directed authorities involved with provision of licenses to investors, including a Chato District Council in Geita region, to reevaluate their performance and to reduce bureaucracy in providing services so as to stop bribery opportunities which delay national community development.
Had all of your challenges. One of them is license. One of the things that cause delays of your license is gate pass from the manager. Honorable Deputy Minister, we assure you that once you are in Dodoma, you'll be able to monitor the operations of the first project while you are there. The ministry's fear that minerals are stolen, we have managed to come up with a technical solution. Right now we are planning to bring 5 transformers with big capacity so that small-scale miners will get access to energy and mine by using modern technology so as to increase the value of gold that they mine from here.
Mobile company Capitaltvtz has said that in 2018, over 15,000 villages have successfully been connected to communication services, which will help them improve their economic environment in various ways, adding that in 2019, it plans on providing the service to 1.5 million new users, with the priority being villages.
Kwa hiyo tunaendelea kutanua wigo.
We have continued to expand our communication services to Tanzania. We are grateful that despite challenges that we have been going through, however, the number of new customers has increased. Halo Pesa users by our customers till the end of 2017, we had 530,000 Halo Pesa customers, but from June 2018 we had more than 1 million customers, equivalent to 150%.
Capitaltvtz subscriber crossed the 4 million at September 2018, a smooth growth from 3.7 million in September through 2017. The number of active Halo Pesa customers rose from 315,000 in September 2017 to reach about 800,000 as of September 2018.
And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows shortly.
Hi, my name is Kotaro Tokuda. What's up? My name is Céline Garnier.
I'm John Bond from Liverpool Football Club. The hip, hop, a hippie, the hip, hip, hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang, bang boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now watch you here.
I'm watching Sports Gazette. I'm watching Sport Gazette.
And you're watching Sports Gazette.
With Sebastian.
With Sebastian.
Peace out.
Yes! And you can also watch Sports Gazette for highlights and interviews regarding sports. Do not miss Sports Gazette every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
And in sports news tonight, the President of Zanzibar and Chairman of the Revolutionary Government, who is also an avid sportsman, has today launched a new sports ground that will be able to accommodate various indoors and outdoor sports as part of celebrations of the 55 years of the revolution.
We had a lot of problems at that sector, and our fellows from China initiated in solving the matter for indoor games. A hall has been constructed for playing table tennis with about 4 tables that can be used to hold matches, even international games. We have space for gym that will help our sportsmen and women remain in good shape.
Vitu vizito ili kuweza kuweka mili yetu sawa.
Younger club coaches say that he has no plans to forgive goalkeeper Beno Kakolania, as he is the one who wrote the letter demanding his contract with the team be terminated.
Sema vile, kuna watu milioni mingi wananipigia simu, coach, njoo vile inafaa kufaa vile.
I received millions of calls commending the decisions I made because sometimes strict measures should be applied. He was the one who wrote a letter to end his contract with the team. I didn't chase him away. He was advised by his teammates not to take that decision, but he did not listen.
Mimi leo mimi sina mpango wako. Sasa yeye mwenyewe ndio aliomba, aliandika barua sema anakata mkataba wake na timu.
Over 8 African countries are expected to begin arriving in the country ready for the international tennis competition that is expected to begin on Monday, with Tanzania being represented by Dar es Salaam, Kilimanjaro and Arusha.
Tanzania is going to host tennis zone championship that will be held here at Gymkhana Club from 7th January till 15th January 2019. This is a great opportunity for Tanzania to host such big matches, as we know that tennis in this country has not been performing well. This will be a remarkable comeback for the sport. We are calling on parents to bring their children to watch these games.
Some stakeholders have admitted that the league this season has been difficult and highly competitive. However, they have asked Tanzania Football Federation TFF to find a solution to their calendar, which has been constantly changing.
Tanzanians should know that the league is difficult because there is different teams participating in the league and each team is well prepared to win the title. They should not think that Yanga earning 50 points is easy. All teams played well so far, but there is a problem in running the league. We'll urge the league board to this playing system, because if the FIFA and CAF schedules are released, well, why Simba is playing few games while other teams play more games.
Substitute Romelu Lukaku scored with his first start as Manchester United bet Newcastle United, with Ole Gunnar becoming the second manager in the club's history to win his first 4 league games in charge. Here's more on the story.
The Norwegian emulates the feat of Sir Matt Busby in 1946. Lukaku had only been on the pitch 38 seconds, pounced on an error by Martin Dubravka, with the Slovakia keeper spilling a free kick by Marcus Rashford. Rashford doubled the lead after a sweeping move involving Lukaku and Alexis Sanchez, as Newcastle lost for the 8th time at home in the league this season. Newcastle's best chance fell to Ayoze Perez when the Spanish forward got behind the visitors' defense, but Luke Shaw made a last-ditch challenge.
And our sports item ends on News Bulletin for tonight. My name is Capitaltvtz. Thank you for watching and good night.